Hi everybody out in YouTube land. Welcome to my page. This is Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa. And today we're going to do I'm going to show you how to make some of your own decoupage medium. And then we're going to do some decoupaging of napkins in different ways. So come on in, and if you want to leave a message, you can. Make sure you follow and set the alarm for any of those things, any of those notifications. So let's get started. I am going to bring my project view up. Hey, Jeannie. And I'm going to switch it over so you only see a little bit of me and a lot of the project, okay? So here we go. I have an old peach jar, okay? These are some peaches I buy. And on the side of it, it has measuring, which helps me a lot because I use measurements to mix my decoupage medium. So it has a half cup, a cup, and a cup and a half. And I'm going to be using those three. I'm going to put glue up to the 1 and then water up to the 1.5, okay? So we'll start with just Elmer's glue. This is what I'm using right here, just Elmer's glue. And it's not expensive. I buy it by the gallon. It lasts me quite a bit, a long time. I don't have to worry about those little bottles and everything. And I am going to pour that in there to the 1 cup measurement. So I use school glue for a lot of things, including crackle medium. And I'll show you that another time. I'm not going to do that today. I wanted to show you how to do the decoupage medium and save some money, and then show you how it works, just like all the other decoupage mediums. Okay, the second part is water. But you don't want to use just any old water. So we have our own distiller machine here at our house. And so this is a gallon of distilled water. And I keep it out here for my crafts because I want to use distilled water in paints and thinning out paints and making other items besides this decoupage medium. So you want to make sure that you use the distilled so you don't have all the minerals and you don't have to worry about mold growing. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the 1.5, just like that. Whoops, I have to find that. Of course, it went clear over here in the abyss. All right, so there is my distilled water and glue that makes up my decoupage medium. That saves me a lot of money, and I'm perfectly fine with it. It works really good. So I'm going to stir it with my craft stick here. It's just a craft stick, and I want to get it really good and stirred up so it doesn't have very many lumps and groups in it. And I'm going to take that decoupage medium that now is mine, and I'm going to put on that's not a clean one here. Here's a clean lid. This other lid had a little bit of paint on it, and I don't want to mix anything with it. Close it up really good and shake it. And then I have some great decoupage medium. There is Christy is here, and Mary is here, and Donna is here. Thanks for joining us today. All right, so I'm going to do something different today. So I don't know if you've seen a nightlight like this. I've seen a night like this. This is at the Dollar Tree. It cost me $1.25. I'm going to try something. And I plugged it in to see where the light comes from down in there and how it goes on this medium here. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a baby wipe that's been dried out. My baby wipes are dried out because they're just too, they're open and there's only like 2 of them in there. And I'm just going to put some alcohol on it, 70%. That's what I use to clean my workstation. Sometimes this is all just terribly dirty with paint. And so I just put a little bit of that on one of these cloths and clean off my workstation, and it works really good. Okay, there we go, and I'm going to let that dry. So I'm going to fan it and let it dry. Now I use certain brushes. I have 2 brushes for decoupage medium. One is white. Both of them are white. One is flat. This has an angle on it. It doesn't matter. Make sure it's good and soft. The other one is already in the dirty bin, and I need to go wash those today. So I'm going to dip in to my decoupage medium, and I'm going to do it on the back of this. I'm going to put a little decoupage medium on the back of this. And after it's dry, I'll show you what it looks like in the light. Okay? And I am using a napkin. I'm using this pretty napkin. But I want most of this at the bottom and the things at the top. So I'm going to take a little water pen. First I'm going to get rid of the 2 plies that are on there. This is a 3-ply napkin. I only want to use the top ply that has the design on it. And I want to use those 2. And I don't want to have this part right here. So I'm just going to tear that off with that water pen. Like that. And then I'm going to place it upside down. I want it to show through the other side. So I'm going to place that upside down on that. I'm going to use a pouncing brush. I had to get a new one out. So I'll put the word pounce on this after I've got this going. I can get this plastic off of it, for crying out loud. Okay, dokie. So let me put this down here a little bit. I have a tendency to craft closer to the edge instead of up there, so I'm sorry that has been done. I'm going to use this, make sure I've got all of the loose bristles out, and then I'm just going to pounce this napkin into that glue on there. Now, I don't care about the wrinkles. I think wrinkles bring character, just like my face. So we want to make sure that that's pounced in, and I can see where it's pounced. Do you see that? Where it's attached to all of that? Okay, I like that. All right. So we're going to let that dry. This is what it looks on this side. I think it's going to be cute. And I bought 2 of those just in case it doesn't work. All right. Then I have a piece of rice paper. And rice paper is lovely. It's a little easier to use than a napkin. It's a little more forgiving. And I have this, I have this, what is it, 5x7? I think it's 5x7. Let me tell you what that is. Oh, it's only a 6.5, or it is a 6.5 by 8.5, 8 3/4. Okay, so it's a different size, isn't it? I buy these at Amazon and Michael's and all kinds of places. They're a wood palette board, or a framed board like. Now, if I wanted, I could probably put that on the inside, and that might be nice. I'm thinking I might do that. Let me see. I can. This decoupage paper I got from Decoupage Central. You can look it up at decoupagecentral.com. And they have a huge amount of decoupage papers. Okay, I'm just going to crease it with my finger, just so I know where the creases are, and take it out. And then I could just cut this one instead of using my water pen. I like the water pen when it's showing. It's not going to show, so the like the feathering part is not going to show when you put it on the inside of a framed project. Okay, so I'm going to get this all ready to go, but we need to paint the wood. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and paint all of it in plaster, which is my go-to color. It's from Waverly Chalk Paint. And it's plaster. I think I need to do just a little bit more trimming over here. That doesn't, I think I missed my mark. Okay. Let's just put it dry fitted in there and see if that's good. I think that's going to work good. You see that? How dry, how that fit right in there. The dry fit. Now to get it out. There we go. All right, so let's start out with my color of chalk paint, plaster from Waverly Chalk Paint, and I use this FIFO bottle. This is a FIFO bottle, first in, first out bottle. You'll see it in restaurant supply stores, and on Amazon you'll find it in. You just look up. Guess what? I need a new top. I'm going to use it right now. It's going to glob out, I think. That's why it's been spurting a little bit. Is the nipple on that is been, it's broken. So we'll just use that, use what we have here, and let's just paint that along the edges and in the inside. Now, if I were to put this rice paper right on the wood, wouldn't be too bad because the rice paper is kind of a darker color. However, where it is white, it's not going to show white. It'll show brown like the wood, blonde. So I want it to be white to make it stand out a little bit better. So that is why I'm doing that. So I'm just painting, making sure I get the inside painted. My brush feels like it's going to fall apart. I don't know. I need to buy a new set of brushes. I've had these for quite a long time and they're just about done. So let me put a little bit more out there because I'm run out. A little bit more. And of course I probably did too much, but that's okay. I need to do the sides and the back as well. I might as well do it all at once. I just want that to get in those corners really well. Missed some corners there. Let's turn it this way so you can see this corner over here. So I hope everybody's having a great Friday. This is take 5 hop. This is our YouTube hop that we do once a month, but now we do it twice a month. So we've done it at the end of the month last month, and this is the middle of the month. So we're trying to diversify our businesses by getting more audiences and not just relying on one type of social media. So anyway, so we're doing this, and you can do also pre-recorded videos. Christy, that was just on just a few minutes ago, some of you might have been watching her, is did hers as a pre-recorded because she, of course, she has granddaughters that are very into sports and they're doing softball today. So she didn't have time to do it in real time, and this afforded her a chance to do it when we're doing it, only just on a video, which is great. All right. Of course, I'm getting it all over my hands. I'll wipe down my hands in a few minutes. And I still don't have enough paint. Should have used it on a plate. And I thought maybe I wouldn't use that much, but I am. And I am going to do that. I'm going to get out a plate and put some of my paint on a palette. Use the plate as my palette because I have a couple other items that I wanted to do. These are just short and sweet items. These are things that I'm going to use probably in another project. But I just wanted to show you how versatile decoupage medium is for rice paper, napkins, I mean just really anything that you want to stick down to wood or plastic or whatever. So we'll look at our night light in just a minute. I thought it would be fun to get a night light that would be decorative and put that in my hallway. And I love flowers, and that flower is one of my favorites, so I am happy about that I got that idea. And you can decoupage almost everything. You can decoupage on paper. You can use it for cardstock. You could do it on cardboard. You can also do it, of course, on wood, like I am today. Or you can even decoupage on fabric. Sometimes you need to use the fabric decoupage if you want to wash it. Okay. If you don't want to wash it, if it's like just a little pouch or something that you want to do, and you don't want to wash it, then it's okay. You don't have to use decoupage medium with any kind of additive in it at all. Okay, we're going to dry this one. And I don't like to use hot unless I'm doing a burn technique or something. So I turn my heat tool down a little bit so it's still hot. Still a little bit too hot. I need more air. I mean, it's 98 degrees outside. I don't think that I need to have it too hot. But I want to get the corners well dried as well. And then get the sides. Now you can use decoupage medium a couple of different ways. Number one, you could do it just like I'm doing it. Just put it on and put either the napkin or the rice paper or whatever right on it while it's wet. Or you can dry it, and I don't want it up there. Thank you very much. Let me get my baby wipe here and take that off of there. I don't want it up there. And it's a little bit rogue here. So I want to so the other issue is you could do it drying it and then put your napkin or rice paper down and put a piece of parchment paper. Now some people say wax paper. No, wax paper is going to leave a film, so don't try wax paper. Use parchment paper. You can buy some. Dollar Tree has a package of pre-cut wax paper or parchment paper. That is really good to use. It's just already cut for you and everything. You don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to put this down a little bit at a time here. Make sure I'm where I want to be. All right, and we'll pounce this down into. Sometimes it's easier to pounce rice paper with a napkin or a, excuse me, a piece of plastic. So I'm just going to use a Ziploc bag, and I can put my hand in it, then it won't stick to my fingers and I won't tear it. And then I can make sure that I get it down really good and I don't have as many wrinkles as it could be, but I want it to adhere really well. So I'm going to do that around there. And I don't necessarily like the edge of the paper, so we're going to do a little bit something with that in a minute. But I am going to put a top coat on here. Now this top coat is to seal this so that just in case you want to use it, or you use it and somebody touches it, or you need to dust it or whatever, the dust and stuff comes right up. You want to have it sealed. It also helps it to make sure it stays put and doesn't come up. So I'm just going to seal that with the decoupage medium that I made, which is glue and water. If you're catching this at a different time and you missed the first part, go back and replay. That's one good thing about YouTube. You can just zip it back and it will take you to where you need to be to watch the real thing. All right, now I want to put another coat of decoupage medium. This is very well dry, but I want to do another part, and to seal this as well. So I do not want this to come apart. And let that dry over there now. All right, 2 projects with, thank you for saying that. Janice, hello. 2 projects now, with one with a napkin on plastic and one with rice paper on wood. Now let's talk about this beautiful butterfly that I got from Dollar Tree. And it is really pretty. It's kind of plain. So how would you paint this? Well, I'm not going to paint this. I'm going to decoupage this beautiful paper on there. This is a napkin. I'm going to decoupage a beautiful scene of flowers. But because I want it to look nice, I mean, this wood is pretty blonde, so it doesn't matter. And you know what? I shouldn't have been doing it with my brush, because it just leaves globs. So let me show you what else I'm going to use. I didn't think about this, so I got to reach over here. I'm not gone far. And I'm going to use it with a foam brush. Then it won't, see, like it already made a little goop right there. I don't want any goops in these places. So I'm just going to do a really fast top coat on this. I don't need it totally covered. I'm going to decoupage on top of it. And this gooped up over here already. That's crazy. Anyway, I will use this butterfly on, I have another project that I want to use it on. So I'm just going to decoupage it first, and then when I come on the next time, maybe I'll do a video, recorded video, and you can see how I use it in a project. But today's theme is decoupage medium, so that's what I'm trying to do for you today. There's lots of people out there that already know how to do this, but there are lots that don't know yet, so it's okay. I'll go and help those that need help. So I probably need to name this decoupage medium ideas and put it on here. Now the reason I'm doing this one is just like the other one was wood too, right? And I'm doing a napkin, so I've done a napkin and rice paper, and 2 wood projects, one plastic. And I'm going to show you a way of getting rid of all of the we're going to do the burn technique is what it's called. I'm going to burn off the napkin where you can see these beautiful filigree parts of no wood, where there isn't any wood. You want to see that. And so we're going to do that. I do have a spray bottle here and a whole bunch of water. You just saw me use a whole bunch of water. So I'm going to do it safely. Now, that will dry really, really quick because it is thin, very thin. All right, so this napkin probably has 3 plies. It feels like it. And I'm going to try to do, both. Yeah, it does have 3. This is 2 right here. This is 1. I'm getting the 1 off before I take off the other part. That's great. And I want to use this paper, but I don't want to use, or this napkin, but I don't want to use all of it. I don't want to just put it in the middle, just to have it be in the middle. I think it'll be fine the way it is. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and put some decoupage medium on here. And I don't want it thick. Decoupage medium does not have to be thick to work. Now, if you were doing crackle, it would be a different thing that we would talk about. So I'll do a crackle video pretty soon. Those are the types of things I love to do, is crackle and decoupage. But I'm also a sign maker, and so I use essential stencils, and I use stencils in a lot of my projects, and you'll see that when you see what's coming with this project right here. That I put this with it. So I will show you that video as well. Alrighty. So I do believe I have enough glue over every item. Not enough there. A few places that are dry already, and I want to make sure they're wet. Let's put a little bit more on my brush. And we're just going to lay that right down on that beautiful butterfly cutout. I'm going to use a pouncing brush. Where's the one? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I want to start in the middle and do it like that, and then do it outwards. And if it's not down, you can move it. Even though it's a napkin, you can still move it if it's not down. So, you just have to be ready to do that. All right, so that is stuck pretty well on there. You can do it this way as well. Now, I'm not going to wait till it's totally dry, because if I do, I might burn the wood, and I don't want to burn the wood. So I'm going to use just a lighter, just a regular lighter, and I want to cut off this part of the napkin. And see, I almost have enough to do a whole nother project. And I see that I don't have enough glue here. So let's go around and make sure I have enough glue on this. Some places I didn't. Okay. How about over here? Yep. Edges are hard. Edges are what most people miss, are the edges. And I think I missed the edges up here on the antennae. So we'll put that there. Let's see if there's any other edges that I missed down here. Down here on this one right here. I want it to stay. I want it to be on there. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so I'm going to start out here on the edge. And I do this because it's going to be so hard to sand this. You just can't, you can't do it. You can't sand some of this off. Okay, and it went out around that corner. Okay, that's good. You see how it went close to it? I love it. And I know my friend Jeannie loves this because it doesn't make a noise. So I'm going to go here. See how far it can go around there. The Mod Podge keeps it from doing a whole piece of wood off in fire. Okay, I just need to do oh, it's still wet. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Now I'm going to go and just go underneath. And I probably needed to make a hole. I forgot to do that. So I'm just going to use my water pan. And make a hole in each one of these. Water, you know, it's going to make a hole in a napkin, right, guys? Another reason why you don't want to paint the backside is because it does get burned a little bit from the fire. But that's okay. All right, now we can do a better job. Yeah, Donna, it is kind of amazing, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to turn it over here so I can see more of the, whoops, I'll pull back the thing before I can. Okay. Oh, see, that got a little bit burnt right there. And it came apart. It's okay. Let's just do a little bit of glue, a little bit of stickum, and I think it'll be fine. Okay, now I think I can get this one to go a little bit. Let's try 3 holes right there. Doesn't want to burn that middle hole. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is get out one of my emery boards. And I use emery boards a lot. I know I have one out. I think somebody has been in my drawer. I can feel it. Well, I know I have one out, but we're going to have to open one. Okay? So I get them. This is an Equate one. Comes from Dollar Tree. Or excuse me, Walmart. And I thought for sure I had one out that's already been used once, but that's okay. And it has a coarse and extra coarse sides on it, and it is great to get into small spaces like the edge around the corners, in those corners things. So I should do okay here. Sounds like my grandkids are here. So I'm just going to go around a little bit and just kind of, fix little pieces here and there that didn't all come off. It's kind of what you have to do. And I just took that whole piece of that because it's not dry. I'll fix that. All right. My finger was on it. Took it off of there. Okay, so do all of that. And it looks pretty good. I think it looks wonderful. So you can use that. You can put a black body on this, or paint it so that it is a black body on that beautiful butterfly. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So that is my tip for decoupage. How to make it, how to use it in different ways. I didn't iron anything yet for you. I don't use the iron too much because I like the wrinkles. I like the rustic look it has on the project itself because of the wrinkles. So I'm going to take off the paint out of this thing, and then I'll be done and cleaned up. I appreciate your help and your talking to me. I am not, excuse me. I am not going to take a whole hour. This isn't a whole hour time, and I've done quite a few projects. I mean, I could finish. Let's do that. We didn't finish. What am I doing? All right, let's go back. And no, let's go back to that. We didn't do this. We need to sand this off. It's not quite dry. It's really quite wet still. I don't know what I was thinking that I was done. I guess because I did finish the now you wouldn't want to use the burn method on this. This is plastic, so don't use the burn method here. Just use your sander, a piece of sandpaper, and just get it off around the edges. Let me see if I can get my thing up here for you to see what it's going to look like. So I'm going to try to bring this up as far as I can. Looks like I'm hooked on something. Let's just unhook. All right, so if I unhook my one thing, I won't have a light. So I'm going to just put it over here, and I'll swing this out here so you can see. And then here we go. We'll just turn it on there. And well, maybe I could turn off the light. Maybe you could see that better. But there is that beautiful flower. And the blue makes it really come out, doesn't it? All right. Okay, we'll stop that. And I'll hook everything back up later. All right. So here we are with this honeybee. I think that's cool. The girls will like that, I think. They came out here and wanted to say hi, but I won't let them when I'm on YouTube. I'm going to use this black baker's twine, and I am going to put some in the inside to kind of hide the sides of the paper. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all, but it's not even all the way. And I think the black and white will go good. So I'm just going to put just a small bead of this stick fast, and I don't want to get it on me, so I'm going to use a craft stick, the one I use to mix up my decoupage medium. And I'm going to put that in that bead, and I want to have it go to the corner. I'm going to put a bead along this line. And I do not like this stick fast to get on my skin, because it's just like super glue and it takes forever to get it off. But I did buy some debonder, but it's still, I have to use soap and water for a while before it comes off. So we're just going to put this down. I'm going to turn it around because it's sticking in the wrong places. All right. So we're going to put this along here. Let's go all the way around this corner. They're probably disappointed and mad at me for not letting them say something, but they don't know that I'm on YouTube today. So we don't do the YouTube thing. We keep it pretty low-key around here on YouTube. And we probably should do the same thing for Facebook, but I let them do a little bit of that. So I'm sorry. Yeah, you like some wrinkles as well, Donna? I do too. This is a really, I like wrinkles. I like, boy, that just about came out too fast there. I think it stopped up a little bit. And of course, now I have some on my finger. Wiped it off really good though. And then I'm going to have to go in and check out my fingers. It sounded like Daddy left. Maybe they all left. glue right here. Keep that down. I could do a whole another line, but I think just one is plenty. And then you could go around, you know, quite a few times. All right. So also with this, I don't want to keep it white. So I'm going to use a little distress oxide. This is called black soot. And another tip is that I put my pad to do the ink on the back with a that's not zip. It's a Velcro, little pieces of Velcro on the back, because it has a part of Velcro. And then I'm going to use this, and I never have to worry about which ink is being used on which project. And I'm just going to go around the side of the project like this, and I think I might go a little bit on the inside as well, so it might cut down on that white. And if I can remember where my bees are. That's one thing I didn't look for. I had everything ready for this little tutorial, except for that. And I have a bunch of bees, and usually they're right behind me. Nope. Not in that. No, I have one of these. Have you guys seen these right here? I think that honeybee right there would be great, huh? So let's open up this package. I have a totally dazzled one, but I don't think I want to use that. And we can just we could put a couple on here, you know, like at the top, flying around. That would be cute. So we need some black. And I use ink from, it's in a 5-foot bottle as well, and it is from Waverly Chalk Paint. And of course, black comes out so quickly, I can't really control the black. So I just want black antennae. And black head. So we do black antennae and head. And we'll put some yellow on it. And maybe we'll put a little bit of gray on the wings. We'll paint the wings. We should paint the wings white, shouldn't we? Because they have, see that bee right there. They have white see-through wings. So we'll use that white that I have left over. And then we'll do some yellow in the body. Got a little black on this one, so it's decided it wants to go gray. It's all right. And then I'll go yellow. Let me get a pretty yellow, bright yellow. Let's use my favorite cadmium yellow. Oh, enough came out of that without having to even spit it out. It's interesting. I'm just using the same brush. I'm just trying to be careful about that. So there's a bee there. That looks pretty cute. And we'll just use some stick fast for that as well. Put it on there. See, I think we're going to do this one this way, this one this way, and maybe this one up here like this. So we do opposite. Look at that black. I need to fix that black. The black got some yellow in it. It cannot be black. Or cannot be yellow. There we go. This black got some white in it. Okay, and then this one got a little white in it too. Boy, I was good with that white. Okay. I probably should do a little, try something. I'm going to do just a little to make it look like wings. That looks good. I like that. I'm just gonna I'm so bad about making sure that I'm in camera. That probably won't happen in a recorded video. So I'll do it a little different. And got a little crazy there. I'm gonna do this just a little bit. Okay. So I just use a little bit of stick fast on the head and the little sides of the wings there. I'm just going to do that. This one, more wings, a little bit ahead. Like that. Hey, that turned out cute. Let me turn it around so you can see it correctly. It's not even facing you correctly. And there you go. It's just up at the top. A little honey and little bees. I mean, I could go all the way around. I have about four boxes of these. So I could do just out of this, I could do 6 of them. So I might do that another when I get off. Maybe do kind of like it, one there, maybe one here, maybe 5, maybe just 5. I'll just do that. And so that would be the honeybee sign. It's kind of cute. All right. Okay, so today I tried to teach you about decoupage medium, how to make it in a cheap way, and also how to use it different ways. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Thank you very much for being here. If you haven't followed or liked or got the alerts ready on my YouTube channel, please do. It'd be great. Great if you did. Thank you very much. Make sure you find somebody to serve today. It'll make your heart happy and theirs as well. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.